Last year, from this very podium, I had warned that Pakistan would act and act most decisively against any external aggression. Those words of mine proved true. I hope it didn't. But then that is destiny. When in May this year, my country confronted unprovoked aggression from our eastern front, the enemy came shrouded in arrogance. We sent them back in humiliation, delivering our bloody nose. Excellencies, India sought to extract political gains from a human tragedy by spurning my sincere offer of an independent international investigation into the Pahalgam incident. Instead, it attacked our cities and targeted our innocent civilians. When our territorial integrity and national security were violated, our response was in accordance with the right of self-defense under Article 51 of United Nations Charter. Our valiant armed forces, under the stellar leadership of Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir, mounted an operation of stunning professionalism, bravery and acumen, repulsing the enemy's attack under Air Chief Marshal Zahir Babar Sidhu. Our falcons took flight and etched their answer across the skies, resulting in 7 of the Indian jets turned to scrap and dust. A decisive response
वज़ीर-ए-आज़म मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ का अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा जनरल असम्बली के 80वें इजलास से खिताब। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म की जानिब से कहा गया कि भारत के साथ जंगी तैयारों को मलबे का ढेर बनाया गया जब पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ जारहियत का रास्ता अपनाया गया। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म ने कहा कि हम मुकालमे और सफारतकारी के ज़रिए तनाज़ात के पुरअमन हल पर यकीन रखते हैं। गुज़श्ता साल इसी प्लेटफॉर्म से खबरदार किया गया था कि पाकिस्तान किसी भी जारहियत के खिलाफ मुँह तोड़ जवाब देगा। ये अल्फाज सच साबित हुए जब मई में पाकिस्तान के ऊपर जारहियत की गई तो हमने दुश्मन को मुँह तोड़ जवाब दिया। गरूर में मुब्तला दुश्मन को धूल चटाई गई। भारत ने पहलगाम वाक़े की तहकीकात में जो ताउन की पेशकश पाकिस्तान से की गई थी उसके ऊपर भी कोई जवाब न दिया। भारत ने शहरी इलाकों पर हमला किया और मासूम शहरियों को निशाना बनाया। भारत की जानिब से सरहदों की सालमियत और कौमी सलामती की खिलाफ वर्जी की गई। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म की जानिब से कहा गया कि पाकिस्तान ने अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा के चार्टर के आर्टिकल 51 के तहत अपने दिफा का हक इस्तेमाल किया। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म शहबाज शरीफ की जानिब से अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा की जनरल असम्बली के इजलास से खिताब किया जा रहा है और वज़ीर के इंसानी बहरान बढ़ते चले जा रहे हैं। हमारे शुहदा के नाम हमेशा इज्जत से लिखे जाएंगे। दहशतगर्दी दुनिया के लिए संगीन खतरा बन चुकी है। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म ने कहा कि आज हमारी दुनिया पहले से ज़्यादा पेचीदा हो गई है। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म शहबाज शरीफ की जानिब से कहा गया कि पाकिस्तान की फ़ौरन पॉलिसी कायद-ए-आज़म के विजन पर मबनी है। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म की आवाज़ भी आप तक पहुँचाएँगे। अभी कुछ ही देर में वज़ीर-ए-आज़म खिताब कर रहे हैं इस वक्त और इनके खिताब को बराह रास्त दिखाया जा रहा है पूरी दुनिया में। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ का अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा जनरल असम्बली के 80वें इजलास से खिताब जारी है। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म की जानिब से ये कहा गया कि जब पाकिस्तान के ख़िलाफ़ जारहाना सोच अपनाई गई और पाकिस्तान के ख़िलाफ़ जारहियत की गई तो हमने उस जारहियत का मुँह तोड़ जवाब दिया है। हम तमाम तर तनाज़ात का पुरअमन हल चाहते हैं, लेकिन अगर हमारे खिलाफ जारहियत की जाएगी तो हमने ये पहले ही बता दिया था कि हम उसको आहनी हाथों से निपटेंगे और दुनिया ने देख लिया और दुनिया ने उस तमाम सूरत हाल को देखा जो इस जंग के बाद बनी। पाकिस्तान की फ़ौरन पॉलिसी कायद आज़म के विजन पर मबनी है। शहबाज शरीफ की जानिब से ये कहा गया, उन्होंने कहा कि हम तनाज़ात के डायलॉग के जरिए पुरअमन हल पर यकीन रखते हैं।
South Asia requires, ladies and gentlemen, proactive rather than provocative leadership. India's unilateral and illegal attempt to hold the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance defies the provisions of the treaty itself as well as the norms of international law. Pakistan has made it abundant as well as the norms of international law. Pakistan has made it abundantly clear, and let there be no doubt once again in anybody's mind, as I said last year in this hall, from this podium, we will definitely and ardently defend, inshallah, the inseparable right of our 240 million people on these waters. To us, any violation of this Indus Treaty represents an act of war. Ladies and gentlemen, through this august house, I wish to assure the Kashmiri people that I stand with them, the people of Pakistan stand with them, and one day soon, inshallah, India's tyranny in Kashmir will come to a grinding halt. Kashmir will gain its fundamental right to self-determination through an impartial plebiscite under the auspices of this very organization, United Nations. Excellencies, the plight of the Palestinian people is one of the most heart-wrenching tragedies of our times. This prolonged injustice is a stain on the global conscience, and our onslaught has unleashed unspeakable terror upon women and children in a manner we have not witnessed in annals of history. In blind pursuit of its nefarious goals, the Israeli leadership has unleashed a shameful campaign against the innocent Palestinians, which history will always remember as one of its darkest chapters. But speak we must, Madam President, we must speak and speak loud and clear. Our words are too little, too late for Hind Rajab, a child, nay, a little baby. We have all heard her trembling voice on that phone call, which little Hind made as she struggled to stay alive under Israeli onslaught and atrocities. Can you imagine that little girl, Hind Rajab, as if she was our daughter? Can you imagine not having the compassion to spare her life? My agony and the agony of the entire Muslim Ummah, indeed, I think, the agony of all the nations on the planet is that we failed Hind Rajab, and she will not forgive us in this world and the world hereafter. As they say, ladies and gentlemen, the smallest coffins are the heaviest to carry. I, for one, would know, for I too carried the tiny coffin of a 7-year-old Irtiza Abbas during the recent confrontation with India. He was only 6 years old. Therefore, we cannot and we must not fail these children of Gaza or any child anywhere in the world. We must find a path to a ceasefire now and just now. Pakistan firmly supports Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan firmly supports the demand of the Palestinian people for the establishment of a sovereign Palestinian state with pre-1967 borders and Al-Quds Sharif as its capital. Palestine can no longer remain under Israeli shackles. It must be liberated, and liberated with full commitment and with full force. Excellencies, as far as Pakistan is concerned, we were among the first to recognize Palestinian statehood in 1988. And now we welcome the recognition of the state of Palestine by a number of countries recently around the globe, and urge others to also follow suit, because time and tide wait for none. We are further grateful for President Trump's timely initiative to invite Arab Islamic states 3 days ago here in this building for a consultative session at the United Nations. And I was also part of that consultative process. And I think, and I hope and pray to God that it has rekindled hope for a ceasefire in the nearest future, for which the credit must again be attributed to President Trump for this peace initiative. Excellencies, Israel's recent attack on Doha and its continued violations of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of numerous countries is reflective of its rogue behavior. Pakistan stands unwaveringly with our brothers and sisters in Qatar. We also support all efforts for a peaceful resolution of the Ukraine conflict in line with the UN Charter to end human sufferings and global turmoil caused by this protracted war. Madam President, Pakistan condemns terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. For over 2 decades, Pakistan has been at the front line of global counter-terrorism efforts, having suffered over 90,000 people. We lost 90,000 people of our country, babies, children, mothers, sisters, brothers, elderly people, doctors, engineers, and also suffered economic loss of $150 billion. Please tell me, put your hand on your heart, that what can be a bigger manifestation of our commitment to fight terrorism and erase it not only from the face of Pakistan, but from the face of this global world. And I believe a man killed in New York is a man killed in Lahore, a man killed in Islamabad is a man killed in London. It's a global village. So I think unless and until terrorism is defeated hands down, this world will not be a peaceful place to live. And for that, Pakistan's sacrifices are probably the biggest around the globe.